Okay, we'll switch gears now and talk about our weather, and I guess it's kind of a hit and miss situation, huh, Mark?
It is.
Springtime here?
Tomorrow will be more of a hit situation, not a miss. I just mean it'll be a wetter day.
Is it
tomorrow.
a washout completely tomorrow?
Ooh, that's a close call.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to reserve washout. It's got to be a little more intense to say it's a washout. But at times tomorrow, it could be a washout right in your neighborhood. You know, the 5 minutes when it downpours, one of those days. Let's talk about the snow in the Cascades. You know, just when I came in here Saturday, there was half the ground was exposed here up at 5,000 feet, at least at Skibo. Some of the ground was. And now it's all covered again. Boy, a bunch of snow. We estimate about 8 to 15 inches have fallen since yesterday at this time. So quite a snowstorm up there. And that continues. It actually kind of dies down this evening. And then it comes back coming up tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to call it a first alert weather day for tomorrow once again. Now, notice it was all snowy at Government Camp at 4,000 feet this morning. Even though the temperature sat right above or just even below freezing, at 1 p.m. notice the pavement is wet. That's because this time of the year the sun, even through the cloud cover, is so strong that dark pavement absorbs the heat. You can check the pavement temps. They do zoom up into the low 40s. Then snow showers come back, and the pavement temperature goes back down to freezing. The same thing's going to happen tomorrow. So travel the second part of tomorrow. It looks pretty good. This is the latest view. Notice it is all wet up there, even though it's hanging right around freezing. So winter is back in the Cascades for one more day. We'll call it tomorrow first alert weather day in the Cascades. Not like a huge storm, damaging storm, not like that. But the point is I want to say it's out of season. It's not really out of season, but it's pretty late in the season for this much snow. So 6 to 12 inches more snow. So that means some areas in the Cascades will have 25, 28 inches of snow by the time this is done. That's at the passes and ski areas. Only Timberline ski areas open on weekdays now. And then snowy roads again in the morning, but much better in the afternoon. All right, so what else do we see? We see cooler and wetter than normal conditions continuing the next 7 days or so through the first week of May. Dry days, of course, this is the time of the year. Okay, if it's going to be wet, when are the dry days? That's important. Wednesday looks good. And then I think much of Friday, by Friday evening the system might come in, but we're thinking those 2 days look best over the next few days. Mountain snow, again, we've got one more heavy snow dump for tomorrow. Okay, bus stop forecast for the kids. 42 in the morning, a wet morning in the afternoon. Could be a downpour or maybe a sunbreak or maybe a flash of lightning when the kid is getting off the school bus. So a little more active. This just shows storm energy. There is some over us. We've had a flash or two today, but then watch what happens tomorrow afternoon. A lot more comes in. There's more lifting in the atmosphere. That's why we think there's a little better chance for a thunder shower. As this first system has gone through, now you see another one curling down the coast. These are small little baby systems, but enough to give us another surge of showers coming in late tonight and continuing through the daytime tomorrow. There it is. See the swirl just offshore at 5 or 6 a.m. It's a wet morning commute. In the after midday, maybe a thunder shower in here somewhere. A lot of us get downpours mixed in. And then by 5, 6, 7 p.m., things starting to die down a bit. It's drying at the coastline. And there is your dry day on Wednesday before a few more showers show up on Thursday. So tomorrow, wet throughout the day. There's a chance for a thunder shower midday and early afternoon, but only some of us get a thunderstorm. So many of us will not. Now, the showers continue off and on through the next week. That said, the temperatures do warm up a bit. We're back in the 60s most days, I think, starting Wednesday. So at least the rain won't be quite as cold. Cinco de Mayo, we'll see about that. We're calling it drier Sunday, the 5th of May, but that just means not as wet as what we see on Saturday. If we were to pick 2 days this weekend, look at the 2 days, it looks like Sunday would have a better chance for drier weather.